Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Friday. This table, this table that I film on, and last couple years, well, last summer and the year before, and this summer, I don't know. Anyway, I used to sit out here and watch, put my iPad out here and watch. I sit inside now. I don't sit out here as much anymore. Well, I haven't sat out here at all. How am I starting this vlog? What is going on with this vlog? Okay, so anyway, this table right here, this one is like so warped. It is so bad. Like, anyway, it is just not good. It's like it's probably part of the reason why I almost said the treadmill. It's probably part of the reason why the tripod is constantly falling, because the legs are like, look, when I push on it, it's like all warped. Anyway, happy Friday. How are you guys doing? I feel like I have been up forever and we have done so much today already. And this is an early vlog. Let me just tell you, it is an early vlog. It is currently 12:53 p.m. And the people that are coming to give us an estimate on the back patio door are supposed to be here at 2 o'clock. And then Laura had asked me if I wanted to go up to the pool today, because it's supposed to be nice all day tomorrow, or all day today, all day tomorrow. I'm like so disjointed in my head. Okay, let's get... I have done like 1,000,001 things already today, and it's only 12:53. Okay. Hi, happy Friday. How are you guys doing today? Okay. So it's supposed to be really nice all afternoon today, all day tomorrow, and all day Sunday. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get the vlog done early today, and then when the window guys are gone, I think I'm gonna go to the pool with Laura for a little bit, and Alex might come down there for an hour or two. And then I don't really know how much I'm gonna film today, tomorrow, and Sunday. It just kind of depends on how the days go. My plan today had been, I was gonna film a drama video. I finished the, why did I almost call it Hell in the Heartland? I finished the Delphi documentary last night, and I was gonna do my reaction to that today. So if I don't do it today, then I will probably do that tomorrow. But anyway, so I'm not really sure how much I'm going to, film this weekend, because I'm trying to get back. So I will say this, starting like this fall when the pool is closed and stuff like that, I am going to try to get back to filming on the weekends as well. You guys remember, well, other than the vlog, I used to film, like on my drama video channel, or drama channel video, I used to film over there every single day. On most of my channels, I would film like 4 or 5 videos a day, you know, including my vlog, even on the weekends. And so I think this fall, I'm going to try to get back to that a little bit. So we'll see. We'll kind of see how that goes. But this weekend, because the weather is supposed to be so nice, it's supposed to be in the mid to upper 80s all weekend and pretty sunny the entire weekend, I think I might just enjoy going to the pool, hanging out with Alex and the pups, and just relaxing. So, yeah, that's my plan. I don't know. I'll either film some videos this afternoon and not go to the pool, or I'll film some videos tomorrow, then go to the pool, or we'll just kind of play it by ear. You know, we'll just kind of play it by ear. But today we are having the window. We've been up and doing all kinds of stuff. I just poured myself some green tea. Physically, I'm spitting the green tea up. Physically, I am feeling pretty good today. I don't know why this is on my mind, but I have to say this. So yesterday, I like showed the pups next to me, and somebody said, business on the top. Somebody's comment was like business on the top, because I don't know what color shirt I had on, like a black t-shirt or something yesterday. Somebody said business on the top, and then then I had these like peach colored shorts on underneath. Okay, so these shorts that I bought like 8 pairs of these like very cheap like sweat shorts, but they're so comfortable. And I have them like in peach, pink, light blue, dark blue, black, gray, and the ones I'm wearing today are like this like mint green color. So I have them like in every color. Anyway, you get the real deal over here. So somebody was like shocked by my peachy shorts yesterday. my peachy shorts yesterday. Anyway, whoo! I am sitting like, I don't know if you, here, let me show you the table. So the table where the camera is sitting right here, and you guys are full in the sun, and then I am like, my legs are in the sun and stuff like that. So it's a little toasty warm today. Alex just warmed up some food, and he is watching Love Island UK. And then the dogs are running around and stuff like that. So he's hanging out with the pups, and I was like, I'm gonna go vlog, and I'm gonna get the vlog done early today. And then I was like, do you want to go to the pool later? He's like, I might. He's like, I might just watch some TV. He's like, if you want to go to the pool. Last night I went to the pool with Laura, and then her mom ended up coming up there. And I had such a great time last night. It was so nice. I feel like I need to move this back. I'm like, my hat is getting cut off and stuff. I don't want to move you guys right into the direct sun, because if I do that, then the camera's gonna, yeah, it's gonna get really, really hot. I'm gonna have to move you guys over here. But anyway, I had such a great time last night, and it was so nice going to the pool, and it was so relaxing. So, well, I guess I needed that 5.5 minutes to kind of get settled into this vlog. So it is currently 12:58 p.m. and the temperature in Indianapolis right now is currently, oh, it's 88 degrees, full sunshine, and it says it feels like 93. And then tomorrow is supposed to be 91, sunny along with a few clouds. Sunday, partly cloudy skies, high. So maybe if it's like cloudy on Sunday, I'll film more videos. And then Monday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny. I mean, we only have like a month left to go to the pool. So the days that I can go to the pool, I'm not going to stress out about, you know, staying inside and filming one video after another. Not to mention that yesterday I filmed 6 videos. The day before I filmed a lot of videos this week, so I was like, I'll just let people kind of get caught up with the videos and stuff like that. So anyway, cheers. So this weekend is dedicated to, well, I don't know, it just kind of depends. I might film some videos, but this weekend is dedicated to going to the pool, resting, relaxing, hanging out with the pups, doing leash training, and taking naps with the pups, watching TV shows with the pups, running around with the pups. And yeah, I think they're starting to learn their names a little bit. Like, specifically their names. Because when I, like, call Walter now, like, he'll kind of, like, look up a little bit. And Otis does the same thing. Actually, Otis was catching on a little bit sooner than Walter was. But I think they're starting to learn their names. They're quick learners. They're not straight A students. Not at all. But they're quick learners. They're so funny. They're so sweet. Last night, well, when I got back from the pool last night, I was exhausted. And so, Alex was like watching them and stuff like that and hanging out in bed with them. And so when I got back from the pool, I was like, he was like, how was the pool? I was like, oh my God, it was so nice. I was actually going to only go up there for like 20 or 30 minutes, and I stayed up there for like an hour. And so when I got back, they were like in the bed, and they were kind of like, so I put one of the little beds on the bed, and then they both like kind of lay in it, and they just like chew on their like toys, like their lamb chop and stuff like that. And so they were laying in the bed, but they weren't like asleep yet. And so Alex was like, how are you doing? I said, I had a great time, and we just treaded water the whole time. It was really fun. And but I was like so relaxed when I came back. And so, who was texting me? Somebody said that that's kind of like a thing I always, if they said it's not a Peter Monn vlog, if Peter doesn't say who's texting me. I didn't realize I said it that much. Like the tripod falling and stuff like that, like, and the battery dying, like, yes, I know that I say those things a lot. It is so hot. This is part of the trouble with vlogging so early. It gets so hot out here. But what was I gonna say? Anyway, so I got back, and I was like, I am so relaxed, and I laid in bed, and Alex was like, well, babe, just fall asleep for a little bit. And I was like, I know, but whatever. So he like took them out and then brought them back up into bed, and I was just kind of like laying there, and I was like watching them, and like the next thing I knew, like Otis put his head and he was like this, and I was out. Like, that's the last thing I remember when I woke up. And I had such a great nap last night. So last night was so good, and I woke up, Alex was still watching TV. And but anyway, I was gonna say something. Oh, there's a couple things I want to show you. So this is this t-shirt from St. Lucia that I got, that I went to with my ex. Okay, now I'm trying to wear clothes that I haven't fit into for a long time, and while that might seem like a brag, I do have to say that at this period in my life, I was rather heavy when I bought this shirt. So I don't know how much of a brag it is, but I have literally had this shirt, I think that we went to St. Lucia in like 2003 or 2004. So this t-shirt is basically vintage. I've had this shirt since like 2000, I think. Okay, our first trip we went to, my ex and I, our first trip, we went to Biloxi. We took like a trip every year. So our first trip we did Biloxi, Mississippi. That was a fun trip. That was a really fun trip. Although, no offense if you're from the Biloxi area, but there's not really a lot to do. We stayed at the casino. We stayed at this casino that was like kind of supposed to be the Bellagio of Biloxi. I can't remember what it was called. It was very pretty inside. But there's no like beach or anything, at least where we were. We were just like, we went to Biloxi because of the casinos and stuff like that. There really wasn't much. I can remember we like drove up and down the coast, and there was like some military bases and stuff like that. I mean, it was fun. Like, we loved just to like do like road trips and stuff back then. So that was kind of a fun trip for us. We stopped a couple places on the way down there. But that was like the first trip that we did. And then the second trip we did was Naples, Florida. And I don't remember the place that we stayed either, but it was really, really nice. Melissa and Jason go to Naples quite a bit because they have a place down there. And they know the place that I stay because I've talked to them about it before. It's like if the Ritz-Carlton is here, it's like around the corner. When we went, they had just remodeled this place and we got really, really good rates on it. And now it's like super expensive. It wasn't the Ritz-Carlton, but it was around the corner from it. I can't remember. It's called like La Dolphine. It has something to do with dolphins. But I remember the beach and the pool and everything was gorgeous. Naples was beautiful, but I remember we would like go out to eat. I mean, there wasn't like, and that would have been like 2002. At that point, there wasn't like great restaurants or anything in Naples. So like to go out to dinner was like an Applebee's, which we were totally fine with at that time. It was, but I remember like one night, we wanted to go see a movie or something. I can't remember what we wanted to do. I mean, we were never like stay up late people anyway, unless we would go to a casino or watching TV shows. But, oh, Shirley, hey Shirley, how are you doing, gal? Oh, she just looked over here like at me at the tree. What are you doing, gal? Hi, Shirley. But anyway, so where's your brother? Where's Steve? Where's Steve? Have you seen Shorty the duck? I haven't seen any ducks in this neighborhood. I mean, it has been so long in this entire neighborhood. Everybody swears they come back, but I haven't seen them. So anyway, but I remember we were asking somebody, like we wanted to go to a movie or do something, I can't remember. I mean, neither one of us drank, so, but we were, anyway, they were like, no, everything closes down at like 9 o'clock in Naples, which was true. But that hotel was really pretty that we stayed at. And I can remember we could look over the balcony and we were like on the beach and the ocean, you could see like dolphins like swimming along the shore. It was really pretty. And then the third trip we took was to St. Lucia. And then the fourth trip that we took was to Antigua. So this would have been, we started dating in 2001, so it was 2002, 2000. This would have been 2004 that we went, right? Yeah, that we went to St. Lucia. I wasn't a big fan of St. Lucia. I know that people that love it. I don't even remember where it was that we stayed. Oh, I know where we stayed. We stayed at the Windjammer because, I did talk about this not too long ago in there because, like, Amy Winehouse, she ended up staying there for like a month at the place that we were at. But it's the Windjammer in St. Lucia it's interesting because actually some housewives just went and stayed there because I told Alex, I was like, when we were watching it, I was like, oh my God, that's where we stayed. So the Windjammer, I don't know if it's different now, but the Windjammer in St. Lucia, first of all, there's like no beach. The beach is like teeny tiny. And the hotel is like around the beach. And then as you go up and go up and go up, it's like people take golf carts and stuff and you drive up the side of the hill where the Windjammer is. As you get higher, so like there's the hotel with hotel rooms. And then on top of that, like on the next like road up, there's like these little kind of like casita kind of things. That's where we stayed. We had like 2 outside pools. They were real small. They were like 5 by 5, but like we had no air conditioning in this place. I remember it was like all open doors except for the door that you locked to come in. It was so hot. And we had like a pool on the roof and like a pool, but they were real shallow little pools. The place was real cute. You know what I just remembered? I read that Dean Koontz book while I was there about the aliens. It's called like The Mist or something like that. No, that was Stephen King, The Mist. Anyway, the one Dean Koontz book about the aliens I read while we were there. I don't know why I just remember that. But I remember it was so hot. And they didn't have any fans because we were like asking for fans and stuff. I think we had like, I think I brought a fan or something. I don't know, we had one fan in the whole place. And it was really a cute place. Like, you walked in and you like walked downstairs and it was like, I mean, it looked very islandy. And it was like you walked into this like, this kitchen and there was like a living room with like a TV. And then there was like a bed, like a master bedroom. and bathroom upstairs that walked into this like patio that had like this pool that overlooked the ocean, but you were far away from the ocean because you were like up on the mountain. And then like the basement had like another bedroom with like a bathroom that walked out into the other pool. It was really cute, but it was just like, it was so hot, and like, I remember there was insects everywhere. But that trip, we like drove everywhere across St. Lucia, which is, it's really a beautiful island, but I remember we went to like, there's a black sand beach there. That was really cool because it's like volcanic rock and stuff like that. I just remember, well, first of all, I remember like from the airport to the hotel, it was like a 2-hour drive or something like that. And then where we were was kind of isolated from the rest of the island or something. I mean, it's been 20 years. 20 years, it's been longer than that. Yeah, well, 20 years, I guess it's been. So anyway, but I bought this shirt in St. Lucia, and this shirt has not fit in forever. It's still a little tight, you can see around here. But anyway, and I also wanted to show you my rings, which I bought jewelry cleaner when we were out. So I'm going to attempt to clean these today, but I have all 3 rings, and all 3 rings fit now. So let me show them to you. Okay. So this is the newest ring. This is the Cartier ring that Alex bought us a couple years ago. I think he said he bought them 4 years ago. I don't remember. But anyway, on our anniversary in Las Vegas, because the other 2 rings didn't fit me. So you can see this ring is like pretty loose now. I actually like a loose ring. When we first got the original rings, I liked a tighter ring. But I think I kind of like a loose ring. I mean, this one is a little too loose, but I like a loose ring. So then this is the engagement band that we got from Tiffany's, or I got from Tiffany's years ago. You can see it's kind of like this mesh kind of thing. It's like, do you see it's kind of thick? So look. Can you believe it? Oh my God, it fits on my finger. So then this, and this one really needs to be cleaned. And it's engraved on the inside with our names and whatever. On the outside it says I love you on it. So this is the wedding band, and Alex got these from Tiffany's. So when I pulled these out the other day, I mean, this one fit, but I was like, this one is never gonna fit. Look at that. So Alex wears all 3. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do this, because here's the thing. The Cartier ring is going to have to go first, or it'll fall off. So then I think, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I think it's kind of like too much rings. It doesn't look like too much on Alex's. See, now I can't do that because the last ring, the band, is like too tight around my knuckle when I do that. But Alex wears all 3 rings every day. But that's too tight. Ah! The other night, I wore the band and the Cartier ring. I might do that. This is the other thing. Okay, this is what I was trying to explain the other night. So, when I have this ring, it's still, like you can see, like on my finger where it's like, okay, if I have it like right here, it's really tight. If I have it down here, it's fine. So I have to have that one first and then the Cartier ring. But I like it. It looks nice, don't you think? So anyway, we'll figure all this out. It's a pinky ring. It's gonna be my thumbnail, if I even remember. So anyway, actually I'm gonna take all of these off because, first of all, I'm sweating bullets out here, but second of all, I don't wear my rings unless I leave the house. Alex doesn't either. But yeah, so I'm trying to wear some stuff that I haven't been able to wear for a long time, but I refuse to get rid of. So, in the basement, I have these 2, they're probably like 3 feet long and like a foot wide and like this deep. I have these 2 like plastic bins of t-shirts. Vintage t-shirts that I didn't want to give away. And then in the closet, I have a feeling these guys are going to show up early. Which is totally fine. But I just have a feeling they're going to show up early. They said they were going to be out here for like an hour and a half to 2 hours making measurements, is what they told Alex. I can't believe it'll take 2 hours to measure a sliding glass door. Which is part of the reason why I wanted to vlog early, because then I was like, okay, I can go to the pool as soon as they get done. Because that's usually about the nap time for the pups and stuff like that. It's interesting, like, this merging of the schedule of, like, my schedule with the pup schedule with Alex's schedule. It's working, like, really, really well. I know that, I was like, I saw this truck coming down the street, and I was like, is this, like, the window guys already? But it's for my neighbor, because he just walked out in his slides and his golf outfit. What was I saying? Oh, so I have these 2 plastic tins in the base. Plastic, not tins, but, you know, like, containers. And but I have, like, these, like, I went through all like the clothes and stuff in the basement, and so like in one area I have that, but I had these winter coats on top of it that I hope will fit this year, but they didn't. There was not a chance of them fitting last year. And so I have those on top of the tents. Well, bins. I kind of forgot that the bins were down there. So the other night when remember when I wore the striped blue and white shirt or blue and colored shirt, and as Alex said, or I said to you guys, like, I'm trying to wear different shirts and videos, and Alex, he's like, oh, I like that shirt. That shirt's really cute. And I was like, yeah, I got it from Meyer. He's like, oh, I thought you brought it from one of those bins. And I was like, what bins are you talking about? And he's like, the two that you have in the basement and the two that you have in the bathroom. And I was like, what two do I have in the bathroom? Well, in the corner, we keep 2 suitcases downstairs in the basement each, and then 2 suitcases in the closet, like the carry-ons. I did not even realize this. We had done a massive overhaul on the bathroom closet. But the only time I ever go in the bathroom closet is we have these we keep mouthwash, toothpaste, soap, all that kind of stuff, Q-tips, all that kind of stuff over there. Lotion. We keep it in these baskets. And so whenever we need to replace it, because we're out of it, we'll just go into the baskets. And that's to the left. Alex has his suits hanging in there and to the left. I have nothing hanging to the right except for maybe 1 or 2 suits. And then we have the suitcases. And then we have the laundry baskets on the floor, one for linens and towels and one for my clothes. His laundry basket's in the bedroom. And then there's I have one of those pillows that you sit up in bed to read or watch TV in that's sitting in there. And I have some sheets, some Christmas and Halloween sheets that I bought. And it's whatever. So I have some of the leftovers of that. I did not remember that back in that corner, I have these 2 bins of vintage t-shirts. So I have 4 bins of these vintage t-shirts that I've got to go through. Okay, so the other day, I pulled it out because before we were going, it was the night before the Rufus Du Sol concert. I was like, well, maybe I can fit into one of these t-shirts. I've lost weight, but in all reality, and I mean, people are always like, you look so good, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate that. I've lost weight, but I haven't, lost that much. I mean, I think in my head, I've lost more weight than I have sometimes because people are so nice about it. But it was weird because, so I started it was real easy going through these bins because I was like, okay, donate, keep, donate, 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 keep. A lot of it, I was like, I will never wear this again. But I have this green Virgin Islands t-shirt that was my dad's. My dad used to get t-shirts from every place that he would go, and he used to do a lot of mission trips, medical missionary trips and stuff like that, and he'd do a lot of scuba diving trips and whatever. And so he has this, and he gave a lot of the t-shirts to me. This t-shirt, my dad's taller than me. My dad's 6'1.5", I think. But my dad was probably he was running every day. He was really thin. He was probably 170, 175, 180. But I remember him in the t-shirt, and the t-shirt was baggy. Baby, I put this t-shirt on, there was no way. I was like, this t-shirt is not going over your body. But I saved it, I did not donate that one. Oh my God, the seat of this chair is so hot right now. It's I don't know if you guys can see, but it's directly in the sun. So I would pull out a shirt, and the shirt would either fit, kind of. I could make it fit, right? Or there was no way. And I was telling Alex, I was like, I've got to go through these bins. And he was like, yeah, it's been, maybe it's been years, And I go, no, I'm never going to fit into a medium again. That is just never going to happen. I mean, some of these shirts, I don't even know how I fit into them when Alex and I started dating. Some of these shirts are so teeny tiny. I mean, I was lifting a lot back then. I was doing a lot of cardio. I don't know, my body was a lot more toned. So it's not it showed every wrinkle of my body, when I would wear it. But anyway, I was I am never gonna some of these shirts are never gonna fit me again. So I was I've got to go through. So I would like to do that this weekend too, is I would like to go through those bins and tens of t-shirts. But anyway, by the way, I got Tanya laughing so hard because I was telling her about how I talked about the vampire story and people really liked the vampire story. She's like, no, truly though, he was a vampire. We got laughing so hard. Okay, so last night, let me tell you about last night. This vlog had kind of a rough start to it, didn't it? But now I feel like I'm kind of on a roll because we're just hanging out talking, By the way, Trader Joe's, this blueberry green tea stuff is chef's kiss. It's fantastic. Oh, this is what I was going to say about the physical stuff. So last night, I felt pretty good. In fact, I was like, oh, I'm not passing a kidney stone. This morning, I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I'm passing a kidney stone. It's literally every other day. Somebody said, somebody in the vlog said, I need to have, like, my gallbladder checked. Somebody else said I need to have this checked. This is why, I'll be honest with you, like, I don't like to share a lot of medical stuff anymore, because I get, and I appreciate it, and I know it's people just sharing their own personal journeys, but then I get in my head, because I'm like, oh, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's a gallbladder, it's a UTI, it's kidney stones, it's like, it's a lot, right? Which is why I don't really share a lot of medical stuff online. I might say I'm going to a doctor's appointment and stuff like that, you know, but I don't, like, I don't get into that. I'm not getting into any of that with doctor's appointments, vet appointments, none of that. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just not, because I get all that kind of stuff. Just, it's all being taken care of, like, you know. I mean, I might say, you know, I went to a doctor's appointment today or whatever, but I'm not going to get into all that. But I appreciate, like, when people, it's just, it's overwhelming to read, like, 5 different responses that are completely different, and people are like, I went through exactly what you went through. And as somebody that has a little bit of medical anxiety anyway, like, it just kind of feels a little overwhelming to me. So I'm trying to share less and less of that, but this is just where I'm at. I also have a doctor's appointment coming up in September. So unless, like, the first couple days of September. So unless it gets really, really bad, I do not find a need. I definitely am not going to the emergency room unless I'm in severe pain. If I called my doctor tomorrow, I know that he could get me in the next 2 days. So I don't feel like that yet. But this morning when I woke up, I was like, oh my God, like, and for like an hour, I kind of like, I wouldn't say I was in a lot of pain, but I was like, am I passing a kidney stone again? It kind of goes back and forth. So I don't really know what's going on, in all honesty. I don't feel like it's at a point yet where I need to, like, right now I feel completely fine. I feel completely normal. All last night I felt completely normal. I don't feel at a point where I need to go get a bunch of tests done and checked out and all that kind of stuff. And part of the reason why is this, because I know people be like, oh, that's, you need to do it, whatever. The last time with the kidney stone thing, I was at the emergency room so many times. I was at the doctor so many times. I was on the phone with the nurse practitioner and the doctor, you know, in the emailing them every single day. I'm not doing that again. I'm not, like, when I'm at the point where I need to deal with it, I'll deal with it, is where I'm at with it. And I'm not there today. I just haven't felt great the last couple days, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's like a major medical thing, right? So anyway, but last night, and I do want to say this, like, when people share with me, like, what they're going through medically, or they'll say, I think that you have this because I have that, like, I want everybody to understand this. Like, I don't feel like that's people overstepping or whatever. Like, that's flattering to me that somebody would share their medical history with me because they think that, like, by sharing it, it's going to help me. Like, if you need to share it, share it. I'm a grown adult. I can cipher through those comments. Does that make sense? A while ago, I used to, not ask for, I don't really care. To me, I think when somebody wants to share something like that with you, I mean, people direct message me the same thing. So whether you leave it in a comment or direct message me, it's the same thing. But I think that's nice. I mean, it's flattering that you care enough about me that you're like, hey, this is what I went through. You might be going through the same thing. I don't take that in a negative way at all. I just want to make that very, very clear. It's just overwhelming sitting on this side of the, you know, it's like if I say, well, what did I just say not too long ago? It was like, it was something, so, I mean, it wasn't a medical issue. It was like a book or a movie. And it was like, I got like 10 different, I was like, okay, like, what documentary should I watch tonight? And 15 people give me 15 different answers. It's like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't help. So, and that's on me, because I put it out there, you know what I mean? It's all on me. But I appreciate when people share that stuff with me. And I do, like, keep it in my head. I think it would probably surprise people how much, like, the comments that people leave me and the suggestions that people give me are really more helpful than you think. Especially, like, if, like, I'm talking to my neighbor about something and they're like, oh, like, have you ever thought about doing this? And then somebody in the comments, or let's say 1 or 2 people, will leave a comment and say the same thing. I'm like, oh, like, okay, now I've heard it from 2 or 3 different people. Like, maybe I need to check into that. So it's really, really helpful. So don't ever, like, shy away from, you know, leaving suggestions or, what is that? It's like an aquatics. They brought, like, this boat into the neighborhood. What is going on? I've never seen that in the 17 years I've lived in here, that they're taking, like, it was like one of those, like, Wrangler pickup truck things, and it had this, like, boat on the back of it that was bringing through the neighborhood, and it said something aquatics on it, like they're going out into the lakes to go look for something. I've never seen that. Not even when they were doing the scientific research studies did I ever see that. Okay, but last night, so as soon as I got done, I was, like, rendering the videos and stuff like that, and So as soon as I got done, I like rendered the vlog, and I like went upstairs and I changed and brushed my teeth and put on some cologne and stuff like that, and then walked down for Laura's grandma's going away party. The camera stopped. It was really, really nice. There was probably only like 15 people there. Laura and her mom got a cake from Costco, and it was like, I can't remember what they put on it. Oh shoot, you know what, I think Laura sent me a picture. Hold on just a second. Did she send me a picture? No, she didn't send me a picture. She was texting me about the pool. But it was this sheet cake. I don't know that I've ever had, I feel like I have, but Costco sheet cake before. You guys, it was delicious. It was so good. But then this woman down the street, the woman that walks every day with her dogs, we were talking last night about walking. Because I was like, every time I don't want to walk, I always think about you. Because I always see her like out, like far away. She walks like 4 times a day. She just retired like last year, but even before she retired, she walked a lot. And she's so nice. But like, you know, like when you feel like you know somebody pretty well, but then you find out something you didn't know about them at all. So she walks every day. I talk to her actually a lot more than just her walking by on my vlog, walking the dogs. Like, we talk a lot. She lives right by the pool, so like when I go to the pool, I'll stop and like I talk to her and stuff like that. I've gotten to know her quite a bit. And she's she's closer to my age. Like, I think she's probably like 60, 61. Like, so she's one of the younger people in the neighborhood. Super nice. And we live in the same condo, like the same layout. So we've talked about that before too. And so, anyway, I came up there when I walked in. So I walked in right behind her grandma. And so, like, when she walked in, like, everybody was, like, clapping. It was really, really cute. Laura, it was so nice of Laura to do. And it was all around, so they had her sit in a chair, and everybody came up and talked to her. It was like pool crew, my pool crew lady number 2 and her husband were up. Everybody was dressed real nice. I mean, put on, I try to look nice. Laura looked nice, everybody looked nice, her grandma looked nice. But anyway, so, and they just have, like, Diet Coke and some water and stuff, but then they had this big sheet cake, and it said something real cute on it, like, here's to all the future adventures and stuff like that. So, anyway, but the Costco sheet cake was delicious. But next to it, okay, laid out on this beautiful, like, glass plate spread were these chocolate chip cookies, but they were, like, square, and they were, like, this big. I should have brought one out here, because I brought, like, 2 of them home for Alex, and he ate the first one. But I'm not a big chocolate chip cookie fan. I mean, I'll eat them, but I'm not a big chocolate chip cookie fan. Alex loves them. But they were square, and they were, like, this thick. And then next to them, it was like a row of, like, 10 or 15 of them. And then next to them were these round, like, lemon custard cookies. You all know I love lemon, right? And then on another thing was these, like, blueberry granola bar cookies that were cut, like, little slices like this. And I said, Laura was standing right there, and I said, did you get these from Costco too? Like, these look like Taylor's Bakery or something. Well, the woman that walks every day, her dogs and her son's dogs, and she walks like, I mean, she told me yesterday, she goes, I only got to walk 6 miles today. I go, what? She goes, yeah, I only got to walk 6 miles today because I went to the gym and the air conditioning wasn't working. And so she goes, when I go to the gym, I usually just like work out the gym, and then I come home and I walk, and it's like a shorter walk because I go to the gym. But when I got to the gym, like my time was already done. I go, you only walk 6 miles today? She and I got laughing so hard. But I said to Laura, I said, girl, did you get these at Costco? These are so, like, I had one of the lemon cookies, and I said, these are, like, hands down the best lemon cookies I've ever had in my entire life. Well, this woman that walks in the neighborhood that I know, she goes, oh, she's like, I made those. I go, you what? She goes, and somebody was saying next to her was like, yeah, did you not know that she loves to bake? I said, no, I never knew that. She's like, oh yeah, like I feel like all my neighbors, like Norma next door, I never knew that she liked to bake before Laura lived there. She goes, yeah, I love to bake. She's like, I bake for people all the time. And so when I was walking up to the pool later, I passed her because she was bringing a plate to somebody of like her baked goods. She told me, she's like, I'll bring you all the stuff that I have left at home. I was like, no, I do not need that stuff in my house. She's like, well, because I told her, I said, I love lemon stuff. And she goes, I don't. And this is the first time I've ever used like this custard cream. I said, this is the best lemon cookie that I've ever had. I mean, literally in my life. The blueberry bars like melted in your mouth. It wasn't just that they were like good baked goods. It was like they were very unique too. Oh my God. So she was so sweet about it. She's like, I just love to bake. I don't really eat a lot of it. She's like, I just like to bake and whatever. So when I passed her going to the pool, she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going to the pool with Laura if you want to come with us. She's like, I said, her mom's going to meet us up there. And she's like, oh, I wish I could, but I got to go home and bake. I go, bake? Again? She goes, yeah, she's like, she had a funeral she had to go to today, so she was baking for some of that kind of stuff. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. So we were talking about that for a second. But anyway, it was real nice. And I actually sat, because everybody was kind of like bombarding her grandma and talking to her grandma and stuff like that and about where she's moving. And so she's moving to an assisted living program. Her mom told me last night, she bought like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, like huge living room one. They were laughing because they're like, she thinks that people are going to like come there and stay with her when there's like 5 hotels in the area. It's a real nice assisted living program. But her grandma's lived in here for 40 years. I thought she had moved in here the year before my mom lived in here. But she moved in actually 4 down from me. And then the year before my mom moved in, she moved in across the street. So she's lived in that condo for 31 years. And she lived across the street for like 8.5 years. So she's lived in the neighborhood like the longest of everybody. It was really nice. A lot of people came up there. So I sat with pool crew lady number 2 and her husband, actually her husband most of the time. And they were talking about wanting to go to the pool. They were like, we need to get everybody to the pool. They were like, can you get Alex to go to the pool this week? I said, yeah, if it's sunny, Alex will go to the pool. So they're like, let's everybody bring our like floats, our inner tubes. Let's do this like this weekend. We were like all of us in the corner. We're talking about let's go to the pool this weekend. So that's one of the reasons about the pool this weekend, because they're like, we haven't done the pool a lot this weekend. I was like, I'm down. Let's do the pool this whole weekend. So we're kind of talking about that. It was nice. It just was real neighborly last night. And so I stayed, well, I was going to stay like 15, 20 minutes, but I stayed about 40 minutes, and they were leaving to go to dinner. They were going to this place, they go to all these local places, I love them, called Taylor's Pub. And so they were walking, they go, we're leaving for Taylor's. And I said, I'm going to walk out behind you. And they're like, okay. So anyway, but it was real nice. And so, but they took their neighbor, who, like, you want to hear something bizarre? Their neighbor, who's like this elderly lady, she's lived in here forever. Probably the last 5 or 6 years. I've never seen her once. Not once. And they brought her down because apparently she knew Laura's grandma from before. And so they brought her down with her dog. Her dog was so cute. It looked like Boo Radley, but like with real long hair. And she had it like, it was a real cute dog. And so, anyway, so I met her and I got to talk to her, and she's like, now how long have you lived in here? And she's like, where do you live? And I said, I literally live like 3 condos from you. She's like, oh my God. She's like, well, I don't get out much. And they're like, she doesn't ever leave her condo. She's like, yeah, I don't really ever leave my condo. But a lot of the people that are a lot older in here don't. I mean, there's some people in here that are like, well, her grandma is 94 and she's still walking around and she's just moving out now. 94. So, but anyway, so I came back, and then I was like, I'm hungry, I want to order some food, because remember I was like going through all the food stuff yesterday. A couple people were like, you're making me hungry, so I ordered some food. So I was like, I ordered Puccini's, okay, and I ordered a 14-inch, so you can get like an 8-inch or a 10-inch, I think maybe they have 4 sizes there, but I got a 14-inch, which is like, it's not a large, but it's bigger than a medium, because I thought it could carry me through the weekend. And so I got a 14-inch paparazzi, which is like 4 cheeses. And then I got the Diavolo on angel hair pasta, which is like spicy, but it's not super spicy. And then it's kind of like a creamy spaghetti sauce, but spicy. The sun just went behind a cloud. And then it comes with 3 pieces of bread, which I left in the bag I had 1 piece and left the other 2 for Alex, because Alex loves her bread. And then, and he went with his girlfriend last night to Savor. I think they went to Savor. And then afterwards they went to this bar called 3 Up and sat on the patio, and then her husband came over, because they live in that area. And so then he came home right after that. But anyway, so then I got the pasta. With the pasta, you get a side salad and bread. So you get the 3 pieces of garlic bread. And then I got a wedge salad with no bacon. Oh my God. I might have to get another wedge salad tonight. So let me tell you what I ate. So that was when I was watching the last half of the 2nd episode of, what do you call it? You know what? I put it on my list last night because I finished it. Catch the Killer or something it's called. Hold on a second. Oh, I actually have notes. I took notes on the Delphi thing. Just the last episode. Watch TV shows and watch true crime. Capturing Their Killer, The Girls on the High Bridge. So I was watching the end of the second, like the last 15 minutes of the 2nd episode while I ate. I ate my entire salad. I ate like 1 or 2 bites of pasta and 1 piece of pizza, and I was like, oh my God. And I was telling Laura and her mom this last night. I was so excited when I ordered it, but like as soon as I ordered it, I was like, Taco Bell and Yat sounded really good. So by the time it got here, like I was hungry for it, but it wasn't what I wanted. Do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't what I wanted, but the salad was delicious. I did break out the pizza later, though. See, this is why I cannot have this stuff in the house, because I broke the pizza out. Like, I knew I would, and I almost heated the pasta up, and I was like, don't do it. So anyway, so I sat there and I like ate and whatever, and then at some point, when I was sitting there, Laura got back. When I was leaving the party, she said, do you want to go to the pool tonight? And I said, yeah, just let me know. So I finished the second episode, and Laura got back, and she texted me, hold on a second. Where is this at? She said, packing up, almost back, and that was at 8:03. So I knew that she was going to want to go to the pool soon. So I had just finished the second episode. So I was like, I'll wait to watch the third episode later tonight. I also had Big Brother to watch last night. So I was like just looking for movies on Hulu, because I was on the Hulu app already, and I started watching Bring It On. Do you guys remember that cheerleading movie? I love that cheerleading with Kristen Dunst, is that her name? I love that movie so much, I forgot all about that movie. But anyway, some toros in the atmosphere. Do you guys remember that movie? I love that so much. Okay, so I said, did she have a good time? She said, oh yeah, she was the last to leave. She said, I'm so hot AF, so I'm definitely going to want to get in the pool in a bit. I said, okay, let me know. I'm starting to crash a little bit, but I might go for a short swim. And she said, LOL, you stay up late. Tonight you're going to bed early. And I said, no, I just need a nap, LOL. And she said, yeah, I just got back. I'm down to go in like 5 minutes. She said the whole thing was really, really fun though, and thanks for coming. And she said, I said, no, I just need a nap. She said, let me let the dog out for a bit. And I said, okay, let me know when you're ready. I'll go down for a bit too. And she said that was going to be 5 minutes, okay? I said, so 20 minutes later, I said, how long are you thinking? Because, I said, how long are you thinking? Because I'm starting to get tired. And she's like, you want to meet down there at 8:45. Well, at that point, like, Alex had come home at some point. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go down the pool. So I said, okay, sounds good. And then she said, walking down now. And I was already down there waiting for her. And then she said, she heard kids down there. And she goes, are there kids there? ... Oh, thank God. I thought I heard kids. I got so worried. So then she texted me today. And she said, pool today, maybe? It's going to be hot. I'm walking the dog now. And already the sun feels super hot. And I told her these people are coming. I said I might go after that. And she said, okay. And then, anyway, I was telling her about, like, going with her and mom last night. So I went down to the pool last night. I told Alex, I was like, I'm just going to go down there for like 15 or 20 minutes. He's like, go down there for as long as you want. So Laura came up like 2 minutes after I did. And then we were like in the pool and stuff. And her and her mom tread water for exercise. The pool was kind of chilly last night. The other thing is, like, the lights don't go on until later now. So all around the pool, there's no pool light in the pool. They're not going to replace it until next year because they have to drain the pool to do it. So the pool is completely dark, and then around the pool is completely dark. But actually, there was, like, a grandma and, like, her granddaughter that walked up there and sat, like, put their feet, they had been walking, and they put their feet in the pool. They were really sweet. And then pool crew guy number 2, he was, like, the water checker for Thursdays. So he came up there, and he was, like, talking to us about, because he was up there for her grandma's party. So just talking about that and stuff like that. But anyway, so then her mom came up, like, 10 or 15 minutes later. We were, like, all in the pool. I stayed up there for an hour. Like, we just treaded water for an hour and talked. It was so fun. I told Laura, what did I say to her today? It really, really reminded me of when I would come here and swim with my mom, like when we first got sober. I mean, it really reminded me of that. I said, okay, sounds good. I had fun swimming last night. And she said something about her mom, and I said, it reminded me of when I would swim with my mom back in the day. And she said, oh, I love that, it's so nice. But it did, we just had so much fun, and we were telling the funniest stories. And the moon last night, I don't know if it was it a full moon last night? It was beautiful. Let's look up full moon August. If it wasn't last night, it's going to be tonight. Full moon August, 2025. Oh, Saturday, August 9th at 3:50, so it's going to be tonight. But the moon last night looked almost so full, so we'll probably go. I don't think Alex has any plans tonight, so we'll probably just watch shows and stuff. And I'll run up there and go to the pool for, like, this is one of the guys that, like, he's always real friendly to me when I see him outside the neighborhood. but he has walked every day for years. There's 2 of them that have done it. And they have both, like, I think of them, when I think about walking to lose weight, like, they have both, like, massively, like, lost tons of weight. I don't know what else they're doing, but they have, like, they walk literally every day. This guy right here, he walks during the day and then he walks at night, too. Because when I walk at night, I always see him, and I know he's not walking for 5 hours, you know what I mean? And he walks during the day, too. So anyway, so yeah, it was just really, really nice last night. And after everybody left, it ended up being just Laura and her mom and I. And so I looked, so her mom was like, do you know how long we've been here? So I got out and I looked, and it was like 9:45. I said, oh, I think I'm going to go back and, you know, check in with Alex and the dogs and stuff like that. So they're like, okay. And her mom was like, stay a little bit longer. I was like, no, I'm having so much fun. We'll have to do this again. So anyway, it was so nice. Those are the things. See, and last night, the pool's kind of cold because it's been colder the last couple days. I just wish, like earlier, every year I always say this, I've actually gotten quite a bit of use of the pool this summer, so I'm not going to complain about it, but I wish I would have done more of the night swims. Laura and I were talking about that last night. We're like, we have to, the rest of the month and into September when they close the pool, we've got to do, like, more of the pool, the night swims. But anyway, oh, there's pool crew lady number 2. What is she doing? Oh, she poured him, she took a water bottle, she drank out of it, and then she threw the rest of her planner out there. Then she walked back inside. They are so funny, she and her husband. So funny. So, so I came home, and then, like, Alex was upstairs with the dogs and stuff like that, and whatever. And then I laid down, and I just crashed out. I crashed out. So when I got up, got them up, somebody said something about, last night, about the harnesses versus collars. We're using harnesses. That's what we're leash training on, is harnesses. They do not love putting those harnesses on, and they're real tiny little. I said that, didn't I say that on a video, that I had to order the special harnesses that were so small for Otis? I just ordered like a special extra small, because when I went and looked, when Caroline and I went and looked at PetSmart the first time, because somebody had said get a cat one, and we went and looked at the cat one, and the woman that worked at PetSmart was like, well, the cat ones aren't really any smaller than the dog ones, because I was gonna get, like, you know, because I did get collars too, just for, like, having their little things on it. But I got the harnesses for the the leash training. So the woman there, I said, somebody told me to get, like, a cat collar. She goes, well, our cat collars aren't any smaller than our dog collars. Like, you can still get small dog collars. But when I looked, I got one that has alligators on it. That was when we thought it was just Otis, and so I got one that has little alligators on it. I've never taken the tag off of it or anything. It's real cute though. But Caroline was like, why alligators? I was like, I don't know. I like alligators. I think it's cute. So anyway, but it's still sitting in there in the kitchen. I've never taken the tags off that or anything. But they didn't have harnesses were that small, so I had to order this, like, really teeny harnesses. So I couldn't really tell Walter's size. Walter is smaller than he looks on camera. Like, he's tiny. Like, Walter's a little guy. And Otis is real small. I think, like, next to Otis, he looks bigger, but, like, he's still a really tiny little guy. And so I ended up getting 2 extra small harnesses. They fit them perfectly, but they don't love them. They don't love the harnesses. They definitely don't love going. Otis is actually better about it than Walter is. Walter doesn't love it. But so anyway, then last night, when I got up from my nap and stuff, I watched Big Brother. Thank God, some moves are going on in that house. I saw people online being like, oh my God, why did they do this? This is a horrible move. I'm not going to say what happens because it was the elimination last night. I was very happy about it. I was very happy. I was like, at least finally somebody is smart in this house. Somebody is getting smart in this house to what's going on. They don't, like, ever really think long haul. They think about, like, how to get to the last 5, but then they don't think about the fact that the last 5 are going to all screw them over. They will never, they're like, and I love when they say on Big Brother, like, is it too early to get rid of this person? If you have to ask yourself, is it because you think that they're going to work with you, but what you don't know is they're working behind your back. And if you've even watched one season of Big Brother, let alone they call themselves super fans, and Rachel Riley was even on the show, and she was asking, is it too early to get rid of this person? Haven't you watched every season of Big Brother? If you're asking the question, is it too early to get rid of this person, then you need to get rid of them now, okay? Like, they're so stupid. They keep people in there and then they get kicked out. And they're like, well, I trusted the wrong person. Every season they say that. Last night, people are so mad at Mickey. Mickey made the right move. Mickey made the right move. It was the right thing to do. That person was playing the entire house and couldn't even admit it in front of Julie. When asked in front of Julie, was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I would have gone to the ends of the earth with them. No, you wouldn't. You straight up lie. You straight up lie, like, on the show. Like, anyway, I was happy about the outcome of Big Brother. So then after Big Brother, Nikki and I were texting and stuff like that. I watched the last episode of the Delphi, Catching the Killer or whatever it's called, Girls in the High Bridge. I thought the documentary was really, really good. So since I might not do my reaction till Monday, I mean, I'll probably do it later today or tomorrow, but if I don't, and you're looking for something to binge this weekend, I will tell you, even having, I'm really interested in the case, but like, I don't need another repeat documentary. So I would tell you, like, there's nothing new in this documentary. There is new stuff in this documentary. Richard Allen's wife is interviewed. I feel like, so there's a lot of interviews with Libby's grandparents and Libby and Abby's mothers. And I feel like you hear from them a point of view that we haven't heard from them before. Libby and Abby's middle school friends are interviewed in there. There's like a lot of media, like YouTubers that I've never heard of these people before that were covering the cases, but a lot of them are like interviewed. I think it's interesting, their perspectives. They offer different suspects, which they haven't really done before in other, I keep on seeing cars come down here. I'm like, I mean, Shirley, and don't call me Shirley, and please don't call me Truly Brown. I love saying that, by the way. I know it's corny and I don't care. I know Cody Brown is going to be on that show that Tom Sandoval and JoJo Siwa were on. I know that. Everybody has sent it to me. Special Forces. I'm going to make a video about it next week. Everybody has sent that to me. Okay, if I had to tell you, like if every week I told you like the #1 receipt that I get sent, in the last 2 days, the #1, I mean, I've probably been sent it by at least 60 people, that Cody Brown from Sister Wives is going to be on Special Forces, that reality TV show. I think Tom Sandoval and JoJo Siwa were on it too. I don't know, do they just always pick idiots to be on that show? I don't know, but anyway. Did you just call them an idiot? Yeah, I did. I just totally called Tom Sandoval, JoJo Siwa, and Cody Brown idiots. I did. It's my opinion on public figures is that they're idiots. Anyway, well, they make idiot moves on their TV shows and things that they do. So anyway, but I always think it's interesting, like when you have like these reality stars that then go on to do reality show after reality show after reality show after reality show. It's like, it's just always interesting to me. Like, I don't know, like, I don't mind it. It's kind of funny to follow the traction of it and see where it goes, you know? But anyway, I mean, Tom Sandoval, he was on House of Villains, was he? No, Jax Taylor was on House of Villains. And he has said he's not coming back to the Valley. Tom Sandoval was on Traitors. But has he been on House of Villains yet? Or did they say he's going to be on the next season of House of Villains? House of Villains is like the junkier version of Traitors, if you've never watched it. It's good, though. It's messy. It's real messy. Like, every season they have, what's her name, New York? They always have her on there. I think she's on it again this year. And she just is hilarious because she does not care. And Alex and I both love this show. Every time we watch it, he goes, this show is so stupid. I go, you love it. He goes, I do love it, but it's so stupid. So anyway, I watched the Delphi one. So this is what I would tell you. If you're looking for good true crime to binge this weekend, well, if you've never watched Broadchurch and you're looking for a show to binge this weekend, I would highly, highly recommend Broadchurch. By the way, Emily direct messaged me, and she's watching Dark Winds, because I told her, I said, if you like, I'm thinking about doing these videos for my Peter Watches TV channel. Like, if you like this, you might like that, because that's kind of how I find books sometimes. But if you liked Untamed on Netflix, you would love Dark Winds, and vice versa. So she's watching Dark Winds. She binged it. She's like on season. So, hey girl, how are you? She watches my vlogs every day. She messaged me about that. Dark Winds is fantastic. But if you're looking for Broadchurch, is so binge worthy. And it is on Peacock, I think. You can watch it on Hulu and some other places too, but it's on Peacock that I'm watching it on. So the two true crime documentaries that I would recommend for the weekend would be Mr. and Mrs. Murder on Hulu, #1. #2, definitely the Delphi case, Capturing the Killer, Girls on the High Bridge. It's really, really well done. And it's a lot of stuff I had never heard before. And I followed the case pretty closely. So they go into this whole thing about Odinism, which I'd heard that theory. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of legs to that theory. I actually, after I watched it, I went in and I watched like Aphrodite and Sloan Bella's, the psychics on YouTube. I went in and I watched like their predictions. Have you ever, well, Ant's a friend of mine, but like I haven't talked to him in a while, but I don't know Sloan Bella, but I love her psychic readings. So I went in and I watched them from like 5 years ago to see what they say. It's very, very interesting what they said 5 years ago to what happened. Very interesting. Because they both kind of say the same thing, and it's not necessarily what turned out. But in hers, what was interesting is there's a scene in the documentary that they show the guy that owned the property where the bodies were found backing up and getting rid of trash in this like dump site and his garage, and he's like backing up and he almost takes out his taillight. She explains that exact scene 5 years ago, before that footage was even out. It's bizarre. And she's like, I don't know, like, who this is. He's backing into, like, a garage and, like, an old house. And she's like, but it's like, once you watch a documentary and then you watch that, it's like, she's explaining that exact scene. Which then made me wonder, did they ever go through any of his trash that he put in the trash site? Like, to see if there was any, because maybe he was getting rid of evidence that day. Anyway, they don't talk about that. There's a lot, I will say this, in the documentary, there's a lot that's left out. There's a lot that's left out, but I think it's pretty conclusive. But if you watch it, they kind of assume that you already know the story. They go in the first episode, they explain what happened to Libby and Abby, and they explain the story and stuff like that. But kind of like the Sherry Papini one that just came out on HBO Max, it's kind of like a good follow-up documentary once you've watched the previous documentaries, because you have the basic knowledge already. It's kind of like the follow-up. I am like burning up. So, I mean, it is so hot out here. I thought Alex might text me by now and say that they're on their way or something, but he hasn't. I can hear him in there. He's probably still watching Love Island UK. So then, when I got done with that, oh, I read last night too, Zombie Fallout by Mark Tufo on my Kindle. I am loving the other books. I have not, like, I'm trying to get back into the reading. It's hard because they like curl next to me and then it's just so comfy and I want to watch TV shows I don't really want to read in that moment. But I did read a little bit of my Kindle last night. I read like 2 chapters of the Zombie Fallout book. I think it's, I'm kind of excited that I'm just getting into the series as fall's coming around. So if you've never read it, it's about these people that live in like a neighborhood, like not an HOA, but I think they do talk about the HOA in there. But it's like a subdivision. This is how the series starts. I don't know where it goes. But it's the beginning of like the zombie whatever. And so the 2 entrances, like we have 2 entrances here. Oh, there's a guy walking again the other way. The 2 entrances, they close off with like a bus and like a RV. So people can't get in, like zombies can't get in. But then I started thinking about zombies as I was reading it. Because I was like, what am I going to watch next and whatever. Is this... Oh, I thought maybe those were the door guys. It's not. But anyway, I think it's a construction workers row there. So I was like, okay, I want to start watching the 28. So on my Peter Does Stuff channel, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I did a video talking about how I'm going to we just binge watch Alex and I the Final Destination movies. He won't watch the 28 Days movies because he doesn't like zombie stuff like that. Which are not really zombies, but kind of. But anyway, so I did a video talking about how I was going to watch 28 Days. 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and then just this year, just like a month ago, 28 years later came out. And then next year, a 4th one's coming out, and in 2027, a 5th one's coming out. So I thought if we watched all 3 of them now, we'd just be caught up. Here's the deal. The first one, you have to rent or buy. I bought it for $9.99 because I thought, to rent it, it's like $5 or $3.99, and I was like, $5 or $6 more, I'll just buy it. So I bought the first one last night. The second one I think you can watch on HBO Max or Hulu, and the third one you'd have to rent or go see in the movie theater because I think it's out right now. But I'm not there yet. So last night, it was getting late, and I knew that we had to get up early and stuff today because stuff we had to go do. But anyway, so I was like, I am going to, I'm going to start. So I bought it and downloaded it, and I started watching 28 Days. You guys, I forgot how good it is. It is really, really a good movie. So it's, I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't watched it, but it's basically like this like pandemic that happens in the UK, specifically in London, because of like this rage virus. But then this guy wakes up. It's very much kind of like how, like The Walking Dead, where Rick Grimes wakes up, the main character. He wakes up like in the hospital. Well, this guy wakes up in the hospital too, and he's like anyway. He's like a courier, like bike courier, and he wakes up. He had like an accident or something. He wakes up like 28 days later, and he's like goes out, and there's like everything's gone. Like he doesn't like. There's nobody on the street. Like he doesn't know where anybody is. He doesn't know what's happened. So he meets these people. I got like a third of the way through it. Probably like 20, 30 minutes into it. It's like an hour and 53 minutes. It is really, really good. I mean, it's dated when you watch it. You're like, this is kind of dated. But it's really good, you guys. I forgot how good it was. Like, I was really excited. So, at one point, they go and they stay in these people's apartment that's like up in this high rise with these Christmas lights and stuff. And I was like, this is the perfect time for me to go to bed because I'll be like in bed thinking about this and whatever. Now I'm like wanting to write like a zombie book, which I kind of wanted to anyway, write like apocalyptic book. The Cozy Mystery, that's still gonna happen. But And now I'm thinking I kind of like, so I got an idea of like a zombie apocalyptic book. But I can't tell you what it is. I don't know if it's going to be zombies. I don't know what it's going to be. Just a work. I like coming up with ideas. Even if nothing ever happens with them, I like coming up with ideas. But I started watching that last night, and it's really, really good. So, tonight, what do we have tonight? Alex and I, well, we haven't watched any of the Housewives this week. I literally looked up right at the time that the camera stopped. The camera is so hot, so I'm not going to be able, I can't believe the battery isn't at the halfway mark yet. Well, it's 1:53, so they're going to be here. I know they won't be here right at 2. I think they told them between 2 and 3. It's kind of cloudy anyway now. Maybe it's just cloud coverage for a little bit. I don't know if it's that. Oh, the sun just came out as I said that. Okay. We've got Miami, Real Housewives of Miami, Real Housewives of Orange County. As of tonight, I'll have 2 Life After Lockups to watch. Oh, I watched Revival last night. That's what I watched too, was Revival. The 8th episode came out. A lot happened this week. I love that show, Revival. I mean, it's not, somebody reached out to me and asked me what I thought of it. It's not for everybody. It's about dead people coming back. So it's not for everybody, but I really, really like it. So I watched that last night. I look at Broadchurch I have on here. I'm on season 3, actually. Episode 2 out of 8 episodes, I think. So I'm on season 3 of that. So I've got Life After Lockup. Hold on a second. I'm making my list. Life After... I don't know why I'm pointing. LW. That means last week. Just in case you were confused. And then I still got to watch 1,000 Pound Roomies, the last 2 episodes. I don't know why. Like, I'm just like really into this true crime thriller thing right now that I'm having a really hard time. Somebody did text me. I'm like having a really, really hard time. I got invited to this recovery thing. I was talking about, it's like this invitation this person sent out to a bunch of people. Prizes, food. I'm there. Prizes. And I love prizes. Prizes. Have I ever told the story about prizes? I have to tell that story sometime. But anyway, so my foot is itching. I feel like I got bit by a mosquito or something. What is that over there? I don't know what I was saying. I'm like into thrillers and true crime right now. I'm having, like, when Alex and I watch The Real Housewives, I love that. But just at, like, The Valley, like, I started watching that. I struggle so hard with, like, getting into The Valley and whatever. Maybe it's hot out here. Got my little rings all stacked up next to each other. So that's the plan. So the plan for this weekend is relaxation, reading, swimming, naps, hanging out with the pups, leash training. It's so funny because, like, so when I take them out, like, they love to, like, walk around the yard and stuff like that, and I've been trying to take them, like, up and down the driveway, you know, like, when I have them both out on the leashes, it's kind of hard because they kind of, like, what they want to walk together and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, and I know people told me to get the leashes that have the 2 split-offs and stuff like that. I'll think about it. But anyway, I mean, I've spent so much money on beds and toys and things. I've got so many things at this point. But anyway, so, but then when I bring them in, you know, and give them a little water, a little treat and stuff like that, I'm using the, Boo Radley love these too, the Little Jack's training treats. They love those because they're so little and small, you know. But anyway, they run and they do these laps around the house, and they do that for like half an hour. It's so funny because I'll be like in the kitchen cleaning, and they're just like, and then they go, then they all like, they chase each other and run into the, like the big bed, and then they sit there, and then they go the other way in the house. They do that for like a half an hour, and then they like crash for like 2 to 3 hours. They're just like, all of a sudden one of them will just be like, and the other one lays right next to them, like on top of them, and they're so sweet. They just like, they will run and run and run and play and play and play, and then when one of them crashes, the other one usually crashes like right on top of the other one. It's so cute. It's so cute. Last night they did it for a little bit when I came downstairs, and then like Walter is usually the first one that wants to come up in the chair, and then Otis. But like Walter came up, and then Otis came up like 2 minutes later, and they were like asleep next to me in the chair like in minutes. The battery just went to the halfway mark. So I don't know. So I may film this weekend. I don't know. We'll just have to kind of see. We'll just kind of. I am kind of like, my plan is just to take it day by day. That's my plan. Day by day. Or as Whitney Houston said, step by step. Let's dance. Anyway, one of those might be my thumbnail. Let's have fun. Oh, what's that song? Do, do. Let's all chant. Ooh, ooh. Let's all chant. Be too much. That was my Peterisms video yesterday. Be too much. Always be too much. And I said in that video too, or in some video, Janis Joplin always said, never sacrifice yourself. And it seems like I know that video is like, no, she actually said, never compromise yourself. You're all you've got. I got that quote wrong. It doesn't matter. Anyway, okay, I'm going to get off here now because I'm burning up and the window people are going to be here in just a little bit. I hope you guys are having a magically, magically amazing Friday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. And of course, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.